All right. Morning. Morning, morning, morning. What the hell? Hold on here. All right. How's everybody doing? Good morning, Snow Invest. All right, let's see here. Well, so far, we haven't had anything happen over here in GC. Um, Looks like some news happened about, I don't know, 8:10, 8:15, caused the market to cause everything to kind of move around. Probably, again, war stories. Randomly said on the news that are not pre-scheduled. My favorite. My favorite. My favorite situation. Not. All right, so let's see here. Oh, man. Hmm. I had guests here at the house for the last 2 days. Like, got them out of here this morning. That's why I signed on a little late. Just what I need. People to entertain. When I got so much stuff going on, it's ridiculous. Just what I need. Yeah, war news. Yeah, war news. Yeah, when the market just randomly starts running one way or the other, I just love that. Something so easily tradable, not. So oil just opened. So I'm over there watching that. Hopefully that'll get gold kind of moving a little. That's exactly right. Tweets or Truth Social. Yeah, you never know now. That is so true. God, how times have changed. Well, based on what's happened and, the fact that ES is above the prior day high and all that kind of stuff, I probably should be a little bullish on gold. Mm. Jim, I thought you were in that red line long in the NQ. Was that not true? I guess you left because that's the one I took. Red line long in the NQ. Mate, I guess you were in gold instead. All right, see, you got $1,000 in gold? Huh, okay. I'm looking at this red line here, hoping it goes back to the prior day close in NQ. It's kind of running out of gas. Come on, go, run. Come on, NQ, go. Why are you sitting still on me? Well, I guess it is pre-market. I guess it is pre-market. I'm getting all tense, and I'm like, wait a second, it's pre-market, Bob. Get your head out of your ass. It's not supposed to run in a straight line necessarily at the pre-market. Come on, NQ. Damn. I don't know that it's got any more energy in it. I don't know that it's got any more energy in it. Oh, maybe it does. Come on, go. Go, NQ. Go. Go. There you go. 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 Go to target. Go to target, baby. Go to target. 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 Not the store. My target. Come on, NQ. Go. 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 Go to target. Go to target. Go to target. That's the target there. Prior day close, man. I need that target. 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 I need that fucking target. God damn it. Oh. What's the saying, guys? Don't be a dick for a tick. I might be being a dick. All right. No, I got it. All right. Poof. Jesus Christ. I came on and I saw Jim mention red line in the NQ. And I'm like, oh, yeah, there is a red line in the NQ. Then he makes a comment that he made $1,000 in gold. I'm like, wait, I thought he was in the NQ. I thought he was in the NQ. Oh God. What a way to sit down at my desk. So NQ comes running down here to the red line, runs up, and then does a retest right when I sit down, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm going to take that long right there. And I took it right back to the prior day close. Good way to start. Yeah, it made a W, Jim Park, exactly. And if it does a full W, which of course I'm such a sissy, if it does a full W, it's going to come back up to here. I got out right here. Oh yeah, there it goes. Look at that. If it does an actual WW, it's going to go all the way through here. When it got here, it got stuck because it broke that pivot. You know, we know it's going to do that. I thought it was going to come back and test these gold lines and then run up. But, you know, it immediately came up and broke that pivot, which is what I want before it starts slowing down. But damn, look at that. Shit, man. I could have made a mint, apparently. That all that stuff is in my is in the description of the video, Jake. Look at that. I mean, look at that. God dang, that is absolutely a gorgeous setup. And you're right, Jim Park, it's a W. It's a W. I sat down and I was just kind of glancing at the comments, and I saw Jim say something about a red line, and I in NQ, and I look at the NQ chart, and I'm like, well, damn, it's hitting the red line right now, right at 9 o'clock, and then woof, there it goes. Holy shit! That was a lucky little turn of events for me. All right, guys, full disclosure, I want to make sure I have full disclosure. If you look over on my gold chart, okay? If you look over on my gold chart, not that gold is going to do anything for us today, at least so far it hasn't done a damn thing. I have this on sim. Why do I have it on sim? You did get the red line? Okay, you said gold. Maybe you're tired. You said gold. When in one of your comments, you said gold too. Yeah, that NQ. I caught the NQ because I came on and I saw you said it. And I hit it back. I hit it back to the prior day close. Anyways, I've got my thing on sim because you guys saw me yesterday. I was taking this gold trade across the box, and I had insufficient funds to add contracts. And I'm like, well, fuck, I didn't get to trade the trade the way it's supposed to be. And it's because of, I told you, I'm transitioning to a corporate account, which has now been hung up because of the IRS for 14 days minimum. So I said to myself, well, shit, if I'm going to trade the NQ, if I'm going to trade gold today, hold on here. I got something screwed up in my computer here. If I'm going to trade gold today, I'm going to have to do it with a prop firm. Not with a prop firm, with a sim account. Which really sucks because yesterday I would have made a lot of money yesterday in the gold trade if I hadn't have been screwed up. I just don't have the capital in my accounts to trade it properly right now because I moved all my money over to put it in my corporate account. That's now hung up. 15 grand. 15 grand hung up in my corporate account. No, I don't need any GoFundMe. I don't want to buy a prop firm. Oh, by the way, I see it's a joke. Yeah. No, and I do. You know what? Jim and I talked. Jim and I actually talked yesterday afternoon, and he said, "Well, you're going to do the prop firm thing." And I said, "You know what, dude? I just don't want to. I actually just don't want to. I don't want to have to make $3,000 and then make $3,000 again to get paid $3,000. I'd rather just trade my own damn money and if I make $3,000 this week, I make $3,000 of my own money right out of the gate." So I said, F it. And I didn't buy another prop firm account. Plus, I'd probably break all the fucking rules by now. I'd probably break every rule because I don't even know what the rules are anymore. That's the truth. And all these prop firms have different rules. They all have different rules. And the funny part is like some of these prop firms that are new in the industry, I find it funny because I get notifications from them how they are falling down the same path of Apex. They're realizing that they made their rules a little too lenient and people have figured out how to scam them. Yeah, well, the thing is, Jim Park, the open range break takes, if you're going to trade it properly, the way I do, crossing the box, that is. Now, touching the outside of the box and going up from the top or touching the bottom of the box and going down from the bottom, I can do that with my account. But what I can't do is cross the box with my account because two things. Number one is I got to give it room to work, which is normally somewhere between 600 and say, like $600, 800-hour loss potential. And then when it does actually start moving, I got to add contracts in, which is exactly where I got hung up yesterday. I caught the cross of the box, but I didn't have the money to add accounts. And if you can't add accounts crossing the box, it's not worth the financial risk to catch the rotation. It's just not worth it. It is not worth the financial risk because you've got to have the ability to hammer the money on the other side. When like the one that's a screenshot for this video, the reason it was $5,000 by the time it got to the other side, $4,000 to $5,000, is not because I loaded a bunch of contracts on one side of the box. It's because through the box, as I had profit, I added contracts, and that's where you get the financial benefit of crossing the box. Because you got to have money to trade the box, and I just can't do it right now, unfortunately. And it sucks because it probably cost me about $3,000 yesterday. It probably cost me about $3,000 yesterday on the cross the box trade that I fucking couldn't stay in and I couldn't add to. Take is not in favor of group trading, which means live trades in trading. Oh yeah, well none of them are. None of these prop firms are. Let me tell you something. You think any of these prop firms want me to say, "Oh, guys, especially newbies that really don't know much." Okay, do you think they really want me sitting here saying, "See that 5-minute red line right there in NQ? Take that long. Boom, boom, boom. $3,000. You've passed." When as a newbie, you don't even know what a red line is. You have no idea what you even did. But you sat here and Bob said, enter here. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got to have money to cross the box. You got to have money. Here's and it hasn't always been this way. By the way, it's only happened since gold has gone freaking ridiculous. But like a year ago, even right now, I'd have enough money to trade gold. But it's not the case anymore, and because the candles have gotten bigger, so the losses have gotten bigger. But the wins have also gotten bigger, and the leverage cost is double what it used to be. So, you know what I mean? You kind of screwed. It takes money to trade gold, and that's why some of these prop firms won't even let you trade gold right now, because it's really gotten. And I'm looking at gold right now while we're sitting here, and the gap in pricing is $50. The gap in pricing is $50 just on a contract. Just to be in a trade, you're already $50 in the hole. So that's out of the gate. You're already $50 in the hole. So, I mean, you've got to, you got to be able to stomach some risk. You got to be able to stomach some risk to trade gold right now. You really do. But that's okay, man. The NQ, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling everybody in here, the NQ has really been a gem for me lately. I've never been an NQ trader. Just to set the record straight, somebody asked me an NQ question in the chat. I'm not. I don't ever come on YouTube and tell people I'm an NQ trader. I don't. I trade. I started trading the ES in oil. I stopped trading oil when oil got down at $40 a barrel because the swings weren't worth the money. Now oil's back up in the stratosphere, so I'm trading it again, and the ES has actually gotten better to trade than it ever has. I mean, because of the fact that it's gone up. And by the way, let's go just for why don't we do this while we're sitting here? Let's pull this NQ over here. Okay. Pull that NQ over here, and let's pull this ES over here. And does anybody have any idea why, when Jim said, "Oh, I'm looking at a red line in NQ," and I saw this at the 9 o'clock candle, and I looked at the ES, and I saw this at the 9 o'clock candle. Does anybody have any idea why I got excited? Any idea why I got excited? Anybody see the reaction? This was an inside candle, the 9 o'clock candle, long. It just dragged the NQ with it. Holy shit. It's literally, when you see that scenario like that, it's printing free money. When you see the NQ in the ES literally pattern for pattern be the same thing off of support. And if you guys could just learn that, you can go about the rest of your life. You could go about the rest of your life. That little basic stuff right there. Look at these candles. Come on, man. Everybody look. Let me shrink this up a little. Look at this stuff. And then look at this stuff. And then boink to the red line. Got hung up. This one got here before this one. So let me point this out. This one got here. So let's just look at this for a second so you can see what's going on. This one got here before this one. But because this one was on the red line, it was trying to go long. So it was holding this one up because this one was trying to go to the red line. And then they got there, and then they gathered energy together at the same freaking time. And you got that inside candle, and wham. I mean, you cannot make this shit up. You cannot make it up. It's beautiful. It's like poetry. And so when I sit here and I say to you guys, sit on your hands and wait. Sit on your hands and wait. That trade I took was $500. I mean, what the hell? I hadn't even turned the live stream on when I pushed that button, and I'm done. Because everything lined up. Everything lined up. And yes, it did. It went to where we were talking about. The cool part was, so let's just continue this conversation. The cool part was we blew through the prior day close, and they came back and tested it. Because I always talk about if they blow through a level and they don't test it, they're going to test it sometime. Well, they blew through it, they tested it, and then they went to the level they wanted to go to, which was the prior day high. I mean, it's you could write this stuff. I know a lot of you sit there and go, how the hell does he say this stuff? I said in advance we're going to go to here, but how does he say this stuff? It's because it's patterns. They run the same patterns every freaking day. Every day. Same pattern in ES, same patterns in RTY, same patterns in YM, same patterns in gold, same patterns in oil. The only difference is some of the patterns react better in certain instruments than others. And that's why I say you got to learn your personality. Learn the personality of your instrument. For example, gold really reacts well to the 5-minute gold line. It just has this ability to like bug repellent on the 5-minute gold line. The equities, I don't trust the 5-minute gold line as much. But let's talk about how much does everybody want to bet? Let me just show you this. And I want you guys, for those of you that can pick up on patterns, I want you to recognize something. So when we go from here, okay, there's a sequence of events. When we go from here across both of these gold lines, remember, this is the 1-minute gold line, this is the 5-minute gold line, and it goes up, it breaks. Key is it broke this pivot. When it comes back, what they want to do is they want to test the 5-minute next up and then the 1-minute. And that's exactly what they did. And how much you want to bet this 5-minute right here, which is at 9:17, is the same time that they tested the top of the prior day close. Well, motherfucker, they did 9:17. Holy shit. Holy shit. How did that happen? And why is this one rolling over? Because this one met its objective and this one's just out in space. Class dismissed. Everybody take the day off. Class dismissed. When you can start seeing those simple freaking things, you will be a profitable trader. You just got to wait for it. Now, I personally hope that it comes on attempt 3, sits on top of the prior day high and goes long. Of course, we're getting close to the open, so we just need to wait. Now we're getting ready for open. Now we're getting ready to open. Gold has just gone straight to sleep. Gold has just gone straight to sleep. So let's take a quick look at oil. Oil's down today. Does everybody know that? Let me show you something interesting about oil being down today. Anybody want to see something interesting? We went across the overnight open, up into it, and goodbye. Holy shit, Bob. That's amazing. How the hell did that happen? I don't know. I don't know. So is it Ian? Somebody asked me. Somebody asked, I think it was Treeman asked me a couple days ago. I think it was Treeman. Treeman asked me a couple days ago. He said, or yesterday, he says, Bob, are you still up for the month? I mean, I don't even understand the question, because if you can recognize charts and patterns and deal with this part of your head, it's very hard to lose money over a month. You can lose money in a day, absolutely, but it's very hard to lose money over a month if you can just recognize patterns, because you're taking strategic trades at strategic times. I mean, how do you lose money if you can understand the things I'm talking about? Well, yeah, that may be true, Bill, but it will definitely go down. The problem is the market's going to have to evaluate how long it's going to take to recover. The fact that everybody's reserves are down in oil right now, and then of course fucking Ukraine's over there blowing up all these oil facilities in Russia. I don't know if any of you know that. So it's like there's other reasons for oil to be up right now. Yeah. So here's the interesting thing. Honestly, this may be crossing the box right now. Oh wait, we're at 9:30. I got to wait till the market opens. Duh. So we came out of the box, came up, sat on the top of it right here. So we may be crossing the box. If it wasn't 9:30, I'd be looking at that. But it's 9:30. So one of the main things I try to instill on everybody in these lives is how I sit and evaluate step by step what may be the next thing that I need to look at, instead of just being a retarded chimp and pushing the buttons. And this is gonna infuriate me if it crosses the box right now, because that's the pattern. So we came out of the box here. It didn't come out, but price came out, and then it came and crossed and sat on top. So the pattern is right here to go across. I'm going to be so pissed if it does it right now. Yeah, there it goes. Yep. F it. It just happened to do it at 9:30. Look at it. There it goes. There it goes. So it should run. You guys have seen me do it here live even. It should run to here, get hung up a little bit, but once it gets through here, it should just launch to here. But the damn thing opened at this damn whole thing happened at 9:30, which is not normal. But pattern wise, it was there. Everybody understand we came out of the box here. And what do we look for when we come out of the box? Sometimes we come out of the box and we hang out. But what we look for is it to come back in the box and sit on the top of the bottom and then rotate. That's what we look for on a cross the box trade. Oil has not come back in the box and sat on it. So that's why I'm not talking about it. I'm frustrated. Well, it doesn't matter. That's right. I'm in sim anyways. I mean, I'm frustrated for those that want me to tell them to take this trade. I'm frustrated because it happened at 9:30. Fucking, so it should get a little bit stuck here, but whatever candle closes here, once the top of that candle is broken, it should go. Okay, so let this, oh shit, it's gone. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, once this candle closes, there it goes. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous, man. God dang, there it goes, it's gone. So this trade right here, from here to here, is $1,900 a contract. Good morning, Bruce. It just happened to do it at frickin' 9:30. Which is not a good thing. I think somebody asked me if I was bullish or bearish on gold today. I said, well, we're below the prior day low. Look, and by the way, if you go back to oil went down and inside the prior day low, and then there it goes. Just recognize your patterns, pick your instrument, learn how to trade it, and just wait for the patterns. You guys have heard me use the term, I laugh sometimes when I'm trading because I see the game being played, and since I know the game being played and I know the rules, I then capitalize on it while they're stealing other people's money. I laugh. Not in gold. Not in gold, my friend. Not in gold. Not in gold. Can't even enter trade $60 in gold. I hope not. Is anybody having audio problems? You're the only one that has said that, so I'm hoping that's not true. So now we hung out. We're north of this, and this should just run right up into here, up into that zone. I mean, it's so, like, for those of you that just randomly wander around and watch YouTube videos, who teaches you that? Thanks, Gene. Who teaches you that? Who teaches you that NQ trade? Who teaches you that stuff? Who teaches you why that NQ trade is really good in relationship, say, to the ES? I mean, come on, man. So when Treatment asked me, is my P&L still good for the month? I'm like, are you legitimately asking me that question? Are you legitimately asking me that question? Last month, I hit 2 or 3 of these exact trades right here in gold, which is still going. I hit 2 or 3 of those in gold last month for a total of like 10 grand. Not including the couple that I hit in oil for another probably 4 grand. That's $14,000 just waiting for the box pattern to actually set up on the inside of the box. Forget the top of the box and gone. Forget the freaking 5-minute red lines in NQ. Come on, man. It's hard to lose money.
Unknown caller.
Oh, man. I didn't even realize my phone was over there. Let me get it. It was my buddy Spam calling me. Spam's hit me up early. Come on, gold. I'll be perfectly honest right now. It's a little lax on this top side of the box that it normally isn't. The irony is it came out of the bottom faster than it normally does. And the top, it's been lax. Usually it's the other way around. Usually it gets into little hang-ups here, and then when it gets here, it's gone. But today it's not doing that. It's not giving you any reason to think it's not going here. It's just hung up for some reason. Come on, there it goes. It's going to go up there now. You know, I thought for a second it was going to be that idiot that I've been waiting for phone call return from Champion, but no, it wasn't him. Hey, Rodney. Hey, Rodney, I just got a text that you're watching. So anyways, come on now. It should get right up here. It should get right up here. So that cross the box trade, like I said, there it is. Boom. You should take it. Don't be a dick for a tick. That across the box trade right there was $1,900. I mean, come on, man. Jesus. That little NQ trade that I took earlier today, off the red line, no heat, gone, $500. I mean, come on, man. I took it for $500. I was in and out in 5 minutes, because it was pre-market. If it wasn't pre-market, that would have been done in 2, maybe 3 minutes. But it was pre-market, so it took me 5 minutes. So my question to you guys, is it not amazing Is it not amazing that to that? And I was telling you right here, it was going. Is it not amazing? Is it not amazing that that happened? There you go. Jim made $2,166 on that trade. You got Jake got $850. Come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, come on. It's just, oh my God. When people fail trading, I'm like, okay, I mean, I know I'm a retarded chimp when it comes to teaching this stuff, but I mean, it's like, you know, and I know some people have certain strengths and some people have certain weaknesses, but if you can just pick up on patterns. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Jake. Come on, man. Jake just made $850. And it's like, how did you do that? Oh, I got this idiot on YouTube that tells me to take this trade here. I mean, come on, man. And here's the other thing. Where did it, let's just point this out. And without this box, you wouldn't know this. Where did it stop? Wow. That's amazing. How the fuck did that happen? Where did it start? Oh, shit. How the hell did that happen? Look at all this bullshit here, and you now recognize where the rotation is. So you stay out of this, and you wait for this. You just passed? Good job, Ian. Good for you, man. Good for you. Shit, had a lot of success today. A lot of success today. I like that. A lot of success today. You're the man, Ian. Are you a believer now, Ian? Oh, shit. So good one, Gene. Good one, Gene. So if you kind of grasp, for example, just this box thing and the power of it, okay? And like I said, put this box on your charts. Go back and look at oil for like, say, 15 days. Go back and look at gold for, say, 15 days and start and look at the patterns. And you'll understand why the guy who taught me this box stuff, that's it. He trades the box. At the time that I came across him, he traded the box in oil only. But it works obviously in gold, works in the equities too. It's just not as consistent in the equities, so I don't do it in the equities. But oil and gold, by the way, here's your M pattern for any of you looking for an M pattern to the downside. Oil and gold, you can see why once he takes a trade in either one of those, he's done for the day. That's it. That's all he does. That's it. That's his whole life. His whole life is to let that 15-minute box form, wait for the patterns that I talk about right here. Remember, these patterns go on and on and on because this can come, you know, like if we're sitting here now. So like, what's a possible trade next? Well, a possible trade for all of us should be, you know, so we've had one attempt, two attempts, third attempt, we create space, sit on top of that line and then go back and go up to here. That should be a pattern we'd potentially be looking at. And the whole time I'm over here looking at oil, oil has not relinquished any possible patterns. But I mean, oil is down quite a bit today. I think oil is just, and oil is really, really manipulated right now, as all of you know, because of the war stuff. But earlier this week, man, there was one day, Patriot, are you in here? I don't know if you're in here, but there was like 3 times it just went zing across the box, came in, set, boom, zing back the other way, came in, set, zing back the other way. I mean, it did it like 3 times in a row, from point to point to point to point. And that's basically what gold is about to do here. You came up, came down, came back up, and now it's rolling over. And I'd be following the back of the candles with my stop in case it gets hung up. In case it gets hung up. When it gets to this mid band, it's possible that it's going to rotate here and go through. But, I always like the first rotation better than the second or third. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, it's the old adage, you go back to the well. And if you go back to the well too many times, you run out of water. You know what I mean? This was the first well right there. That's it. Shit, man. I love it. Now, of course, on days where the market's not consolidating from its open, the box isn't relevant. We look at the 5-minute red lines, the 1-minute gold lines, the static lines. You know what I mean? In the afternoons, when things slow down for me, my phone's not ringing as much and things like that. I've told you guys, I'm focused. I'm focused on those 5-minute red lines, specifically in the NQ in correlation with the ES, like the one I took in the pre-market today. That was a godsend. Shaping, got my money, call it a day. I mean, who the hell doesn't want to make $500 a day with no stress? Who doesn't want to make $500 a day with no stress? I sat down in the trade setup. I mean, and I was out in 5 minutes. And if my freaking corporate account had been set up, I would have hit this. So this is 2 days in a row I've gotten dinged by not having my corporate account set up because of the fucking IRS. 2 days in a row. This one here cost me, I probably would have had at least 2 contracts. I wouldn't have got as much on the second. I'd have got about $600, and I would have gotten, $1,900 on the first. So that'd been a $2,500 trade for me. For me, that would have been $2,500. Now this damn thing rotates back down through to here. That'll be like, oh God. What's funny about stress is I've become less and less stressed trading, not being in prop firms anymore. Like Jim, if Jim could talk in this thing, he would concur with what I'm talking about. Right now, I'm a little bit stressed only because I don't have the bankroll to trade this stuff the way I want to, because my money's in transition. But when it's not, when I have a bankroll, when I'm sitting there with an account with 15, 20 grand in it, let's just say, I really have no stress anymore, because if I lose $1,000, I lose $1,000. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, I'm not trying to belittle $1,000, but when you can sit and focus, for example, and see the scenario of the correlation, for example, between the ES and the NQ, and hit it and get your money back in a matter of 4 or 5 minutes, I don't stress anymore. With prop firms, you stress because you can't absorb hits, and you can't allow wins to go far because you got drawdowns coming behind you. So, but again, a prop firm is a great way to learn. Right. Exactly, certified market gambler. But the thing is you can't be so just because you have, let's just say, just because you got 15 grand in your account, let's just say, you can't just be cowboy. You know what I mean? You've got to, rinse, wash, repeat. You cannot be cowboy. You can't be guessing. Oh, I think we're going long on gold because we're coming out of here the third time. You know what I mean? You can't be guessing. You still got to have precision points of rotation, precision points of entry, precision points of stops. So that when you're wrong, because you will be, again, when you're wrong, you can be right. I mean, you can absorb the loss and make it up when you're right. So, yeah, it's Jim, you need to shut the F up because I can't trade gold today. You need to shut the F up. I can't trade gold today, so I'm pissed. This cost me $2,500 right here. That cost me $2,500 right there. Oh, man. All right, so now that we're here, we need this candle to close. By the way, I'm still watching oil, okay? I mean, I'm looking at the equities too. For all of you sitting here waiting, I'm still looking. The equities are still in, like, it's weird because the ES is at the high, the NQ is at the high, but the RTY and the YM are not agreeing at all. So I'm still waiting for them to, remember I talk about a lot of times it's right around 1020 to 1040 lately that they all started agreeing with each other. And then we have something. This fucker's going to run straight up there. You bitch. Yeah, it's going to run away on us. It looks like it's going to run away. What I want it to do is come and test the top of that box and then roll up to there. Papa Duke, I have plenty of money in my accounts. That's another frustrating thing with Ninja. Oh my God. Because I'm switching over to a corporate account, they wanted corporate bank statements. Okay, I send them the corporate bank statements. Well, they don't like the bank that my money's with. What do you mean you don't like the bank that my money's with? It's a long story. And I'm trying to send them $15,000. I'm trying to say there must be some news going on right now. So I'm trying to send them $15,000 for my corporate account, for my corporate trading account. And they don't like the bank that my money's at. It's a long story. And I'm like, what the fuck does that got to do with anything? I've got 20 times the amount of money in this account than I'm even sending you. I mean, meaning it's here, it's in a corporate account. Here's the corporate account name. I mean, I'm obviously not sending you drug money. This is all through my S Corp. Oh my God. It's just frustrating. Just frustrating. But my big hangup is the IRS right now. I got to get a letter from them. Which it's in the mail, supposedly, or it's going to be in the mail. Yeah, I'm with the Taliban. Exactly, Ian. You should know that by now. ISM news. Okay. And then we got, what else do we have here? We had PMI at 945. And then we got ISM at 10. And I project that we're going to get the equities to all line up here soon. They're all starting to now shift in the right direction, which is long. And once they all start agreeing, we'll be able to find some trades. I want NQ to get out of the box so we can make some money. So we're hung up right here, which nobody should be surprised by that. Oh, shit. That rotation right there went way too fast for me. It didn't stick with pattern, the pattern that I need to take a trade. So therefore I know the edge, up, create that space, back down, test, and run. And so some of you may say, well, why didn't you just jump in? So have I introduced you guys to Contender yet? What is Contender doing? Contender's waiting for you to do something stupid like that. Because it's when you think you're missing out that he wants you to buy, because that's when he rotates it back to the point of interest that the other sharks know about, chase the bait to here and then run it back. So they steal your money and then they run it back. When we're running up, I'm less. So when we're running up, Ian, like we are here, we're running up. I'm less interested in the rejection than I am in the support. I mean, this market's running up. Here's the highs. I'm less interested. But it is. It's all here for the taking, man. Now, keep in mind, I'm just waiting for the equities to all get in sync with each other, and then we'll start looking for some trades there. Because and the thing is you know how many traders do exactly what I'm talking about? A lot of them. You know how you know? Because gold, how many times you guys hear me say gold goes dormant between like 10 o'clock and 11? Well, it's going dormant because the traders are shifting over to equities. This stuff's just running. There's got to be some news. There's got to be some news. Well, I'm going to talk about the ES and the NQ here in a minute, but there's no sense in talking about it right now. Not until everybody agrees. I mean, so many times you guys have heard me on here sit here and say, okay, we're gonna wait until we get past about 10, 15 or so when all the markets line up. Earlier, I was telling you the ES and the NQ were long, but the RTY and the YM were south. Now, the YM has completely reversed its whole scenario, and it's looking to go long, which is good. So I'm very interested now in looking for some trades in the NQ or in the ES. But right now, I think we have some jumping up and down because of news. So we just got to wait for patterns to start setting up. Oh, they're waiting, Ian. There's nothing. There's literally nothing on my charts setting up yet. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go grab some coffee. All right. Good job. Get busy. Good job. Yeah, I keep looking over at gold, and I mean not gold, oil, and I keep seeing some decent setups short. It's just like I like. There's only so many things I can talk about. I mean, and especially when gold was crossing the box. I'll be right back. See you later, Jim. All right, so I could have been a contender. Yeah, good one, Bruce. Well, that's why, what's funny is there's that's one of the reasons, by the way, that I chose contender as my screensaver, because I love the name. The other is he currently is the largest known great white on the east coast of the United States. The largest known. There may be one out there that they haven't captured yet, but he is he's a beast. He's probably, hell, and he's probably the same age as me, because these things live a long time. And I mean, to be 1,700 pounds and 14 feet long, he's been around a while. I think he's beautiful. I do. I think he's absolutely gorgeous. I think he's absolutely gorgeous. Contender. And when he enters the tank and starts doing the manipulation stuff that I like, for example, running this straight down to here, then rotating it, running it back up, that's when I get all excited, because it's literally free money. Just got to wait for him to enter the tank. Got to wait for contender. He got a little tired crossing the box in gold. He got a little tired crossing the box in gold. What a wonderful trade that was. what a wonderful trade that was. Oh, let me get this out. Let me get this up. No. John, I don't remember where I got that. I've got like 2 or 3 versions of it. This is the one I like the best. But no, I've got an actual coder buddy in New York. Sometimes he's on these live streams. He's the one that kind of fixes things for me. Like he's the one that put the labels on the lines. He's the one that fixed my floating timer so that I don't have to keep going in every day and freaking changing how far it is to the right and the size of the freaking the timer. You know, he's a subscriber. He trades the strategy, my strategy. Matter of fact, he's come down here from New York and actually met me here in North Carolina. He's an IT guy, obviously. That's what he does for a living, too. Oh, okay. Yeah. And, well, the thing is, and the other thing too, John, is it's like, you know, that's one of the things. It's like, you know, people are like, what about this? What about that? What about this? I just try to make things as simple as I can, because if you'll notice, I have no oscillators. I have none of that freaking MACDs, none of that shit. Because the reality of it is, it's not, oh, I have no volume indicator. Well, you know what? You know why you don't have to have a volume indicator? Because the volume increases when you can recognize that this guy showed up. That's when the volume, and it's just like if you're sitting there fishing in the ocean and all of a sudden you look over and you see the birds circling around, that's a sign. Then all of a sudden you see the fish jumping out of the water. That's a sign. Why are the fish jumping out of the water? Because the birds found the fish and the shark came to eat the fish. And it's like, you know, you just got to see the signs. You don't need a MACD to tell you that all of a sudden the shark entered the tank. You just got to pay attention to the charts and look for deliberate movement. So what I've tried to do is simplify this as much as possible so that all you're looking for is specific things, specific rotations, deliberate movement, so that you're not caught up in this kind of shit. Well, and those moving averages are just specific lines that I recognized over years of staring at charts, where when the sharks do enter the tank, here's points of interest. Here's points of rotation when the sharks do enter the tank. Because the whole purpose of the shark entering the tank, and this is so important to understand, the whole purpose of you waiting for the shark to enter the tank is so that price starts moving in one direction or another which is counterintuitive to what you think should be happening. And it's all done intentional to steal, i.e. clean out the stop losses. And then when they do that, when the algos / sharks are doing that, they all are then looking for a point of interest to rotate from and go back the other way. So what I do is I just sit here patiently waiting, like for example, when this came up here and sat here, I could have taken this trade and sat here and waited and stressed out because this 9 EMA should hold price and at least bring it back to here. But I'm gonna have to stress out for it to happen. Or I can take a trade. Let me see if I can pull this over. Or I can take a trade like this. Let me see if I can find it. That I took yesterday, in yesterday's live stream. Where are we? What day are we in? May 1st. Hold on. Or I can sit, and there's a reason I sit and wait. I'm going to show you in an example. I'm going to show you in a second. When I show you the trade I took, if I can find it. Pretty sure it was in the NQ. Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? By the way, we were going back and forth between the bottom of the box and the overnight open. Bottom of the box, overnight open. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was right here. It was right here. So I'm sitting here. So I'm sitting here with my tool, this tool that allows me to just push a button and then take a trade. And I saw that we came. So again, it's patterns, and then it's recognizing the sharks. So you see this candle here, it's below both of these static lines. Okay. This one's like the prior day close. This is like the overnight open. So we come across, and I know in my mind that we have to test the top of this box, of this line. Okay. This line right here. We have to test the top of this line before we rotate up normally. So they went up, they tested the top of it. The problem was they still needed to test the top of the yellow line. This came up, and this candle started right here, and it immediately reached down. In live, you go back and look at the video, live stream, it immediately reached down purposely. This is when the sharks entered the tank. It immediately reached down and purposely touched that line, which also cleaned out the stop losses of people that went break even from this line. And then it reversed, and I caught that poop right there for $500. Done. And I mean, so it's recognizing when price, and it went right to the target. It's recognizing when price is actually going to move versus the concept of, well, we're probably going long. And you got to sit here and stress out for 15 minutes. Who the hell wants that shit? I want to be in. I want to go to target, and I want to count my money. I don't like taking it. So this strategy fits my personality. My personality is I don't like to stress out in trades. Which is also why, for example, I don't like trading in July or August. Because even when the sharks are in the tank, they're vaguely in the tank. Well, yeah. And that's another thing, certified market gambler, is it's like, okay, like when people say, oh, well, buy in this zone and sell in this zone. The problem is when I'm buying in this supposed zone here, I mean, like, what's my stop? When do you decide that the zone no longer works? I mean, when am I supposed to get out? And, you know, and so, you know, my intent is to get into a trade, know pretty darn quick, within 30 seconds or so, is this thing really going to do what I want it to do? And then that's why I defend my stop loss first. Then I pick my target. That's why, for example, yeah, exactly. Let go. So that's why I'm patiently sitting here and waiting for this thing. Because sometime, I'm going to tell you right now, everybody just write this down. Sometime this is either going to deliberately run to here, or this is going to blend itself up and it's going to deliberately run to that red line. And when it does, when it finally does, and it correlates to what's going on with the ES, you're going to get this trade like I did this morning. Zing, zing, boom, there's your $500, call it a day. Just, that's it. That's it. Or your $1,000 or whatever. But it is Friday, so yep, it's going to be, you know. And the other thing is, you know, in the mornings, and I've said this, in the mornings, a lot of times the market's kind of sitting around because it's waiting to hear news about a war. You know, the market can get kind of lackadaisical. That's why I have found in the afternoons, you know, this kind of scenario right here with the red line has been working pretty good in NQ, you know, ES, that kind of stuff. So let's kind of look at this. So here's an example of the sharks entering the tank. So the RTY has just immediately slammed down. So I would like to see it come down a little further to the top of this box and then have a candle consolidate there and then take a long. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. So hold on here. Let me get that RTY back down here. Now I'm trying to be conservative. I don't want to take a 1 minute gold line. I want it to come down here. So I need it to continue coming down. And then, but see, this big red candle is a sign the sharks has started doing something. Again, the birds are circling the water. Why is the bird circling the water? Because the fish are there. How do you know the fish are there? Because they're starting to jump out now because the shark showed up. Good morning, Patriot. Are you late this morning? It's called Open Range. It's called literally Open Range. If you want a copy of it, just email me at Goldline Trades. Email me at goldlinetrades@gmail.com and put in the title that you want the box. And I'll email it to you. Oh, you made some money this morning in CL already? Okay, good for you. I made my money in the NQ this morning, pre-market. Now I'm kind of sitting here. You might want to look inside Pooner Trader. You might want to look inside your indicator, because like I think even the one I have has an on-off switch for the mid-band. So you might want to check that first. I think mine has an on-off switch for the mid-band, which of course I have it on just because, I mean, it has a tendency to be a point of rotation, stuff like that. I don't trade that mid-band, but I at least have it on my chart to recognize it. Because Avalon, I can actually recognize the trades pretty quick. Like, let me give you a little secret, Avalon, because I know there's nothing here. Okay. Like I know there's going to be nothing here for at least 20, 30 minutes. See, so I just wiped that out of my mind. You know, if I'm sitting here staring at the NQ, there's nothing for me to trade. Nothing there. Does it mean at times I miss trades? Yeah, it means at times I miss trades. You know, but I mean, I can glance at a chart real quickly and I can tell you right damn now, I'm not trading a damn thing in the NQ until we get the hell out of here. And I thought the RTY was going to give us something, but it's getting hung up on that damn 9 EMA. Doesn't mean it's not going to give us something, but it's hung up on that 9 EMA right now. So it's kind of pissing me off because I really thought. So at the same time, so I'm going to pull these two down here. At the same time, I wanted this to run down to here, or maybe even here, the prior day close. I was, because I like to correlate the RTY in the YM. I was hoping the YM would come to the top of the box. If we got both of them at the same time at support, that was going to even heighten my interest in taking along in either the RTY or the YM. And everybody in this room knows if Bob takes it in the RTY, you should take it in the YM. I don't take a lot of ES trades anymore. But what I have found is, yeah, everybody knows what I'm talking about. What I have found with the ES, though, is, and everybody has seen me live do this, is I have been able to identify ES trades, take them on my chart, and they turn for points that I can't even imagine. 10 points. I took one 2 weeks ago while I was on the phone for 25 points. An ES trade. No, not news related, nothing. It was in the afternoon. It was a W pattern. Price came down, hit support, rolled up, and I was on the phone, and then price came back down to that support, and I said, well, shit, I got to take the trade. So I pushed this button that I have here for, that Snow Invest created, and I hit enter, and I looked up and I said, well, shit, the target's way the hell up. I put the target up there. I didn't even count it till after I hit it. It was 25 points. I hit a 25-point ES trade. That is unheard of. And it did it in basically a straight line. You know, for the ES to move 25 points in the afternoon, it still took it 15, 20 minutes. But I mean, I was just, you know, I had my stop that break even from within 30 seconds of being in the trade. And I just put my target up high and I said, let's go for it. That's a huge trade. 25 points. I think that's the biggest ES trade I've ever had. Now I'm getting frustrated here. The RTY is not. Oh man, shit. I see the problem. It's sitting on the prior day high. God dang it. It's sitting on the prior day high. Oh no. I probably should have taken this. It's not too busy talking. The prior day highs and the prior day low are like my two favorite static lines because, you know, the market will fight vehemently to either stay below the prior day's low or stay above the prior day's high after they've created space. They will fight vehemently. I didn't even look at that. I was too focused on the rest of these lines. I should have taken this. Yeah, sometimes the ES rotations are very smooth. That's why I tell people that are trying to pass prop firm accounts, I've said, guys, you need to, you know, I know it's boring. I know it's, you know, whatever, but, you know, you should trade the ES. When I started this YouTube channel, I hit the ES for profit 35 days in a row. 35 days in a row. Documented it in this YouTube channel. 35 days in a row. I took only ES trades. And that's how I passed the combine, and that's how I got funded. And it was the ES only. Because it's just it's very consistent. It's just very boring. It's extremely boring to trade. I get that. It's not as boring as it used to be. Oh my God. 10 years ago or so, it was really boring. Now it's got a little bit more vinegar in it because it's up in the 7,000s versus the 3,000s. What happened, David? Did you lose money or something? Jim Park, that's a good question. It's a mental thing. So that's a tough question, Jim. And the reason I say that is when I started my live account, okay, they are coming down here. When I started my live account, when I started my live account, I did it with $5,000. And I traded conservatively, you know, and I just wanted to build my 5 to 10, and then I'd take the money out. And then I'd build it from 5 to 10 to take the money out. But then I started building more confidence in what I was doing with my live accounts and stuff like that. So I started building my account to like 20 and then bring it down to 10. You know what I mean? And I'm now I'm at the phase where I want my account to be 15. Am I making sense, Jim? That's why I'm my corporate account that I'm trying to get open, which is hung up. I'm going to fund it with 15 because this account right here, before I transferred the money over, had $25,000 in it. And I had run that up from 15 to 25 in the past month. More than that. Well, from more than that. I took some money out in the middle of the month. One of the things I try not to do, Jim Park, is I try not to have too much money in my account, not because I don't trust the brokerage firms or any of that. I don't trust me. Yeah, if you cash out too early, then you put yourself in the situation I'm in right now, which is I'm hamstrung to take trades. I mean, I'm not happy right now. I didn't get to take that gold trade because I hamstrung myself. I didn't get to take it yesterday. Well, I did take it yesterday, and then I remembered halfway through it that I don't have the money to take any more trades. And so today I didn't take it at all. I said, oh shit, don't trade gold. Don't trade gold. Because because I don't have the money to do it. But my trading has reached the level where I can do it. My ability to absorb a loss of say $600, $700, $800 and recover it. RTY, NQ. Sorry. I don't have an NQ chart in front of me. Somebody just asked me a question. Well, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Whoever asked me this, I'm hoping for this to come to here. The problem we have, again, I don't want to be Debbie Downer, but that was our high. Then we rotated up. And that's our new high. That's not a good situation. So this is exactly why, Jim Park, I'm not looking for a 5-minute gold line. You see this scenario right here, Jim? That's exactly why I'm not looking for a 5-minute gold line. Because you had a high that rotated, and then you had a newer high that was lower than the previous high, and then it rotated to the 5-minute gold line. I am not interested in any 5-minute gold line trades because of that. Is the war over? It can't be over. Oil only went down to $100. Yeah, those 5-minute gold line trades, Jim Park, you got to be careful, because if your pivots, like for example on the long side, if your pivots from the top are rotating down, I call those down pivots because they're showing you where price came down from, where price came down from. If they're rotating down, this is not a good trade. Is the war over, Patriot? I have a hard time believing it's over, considering, the market really isn't moving. So let's look at this. So I'm gonna show you guys something. Hold on here. So I'm still waiting. Oh, here's my NQ. I knew I had an NQ chart. It was behind this one. All right. Jesus, what a freaking idiot. I'm like, where's my NQ chart? I'm missing a chart. So let's look at something here. All right. Here's the NQ rolling over. And so here's the ES. So just like the scenario I showed you guys earlier on the trade I took, okay, this one has to catch up with this one. But if this one gets here while this one's in space, then this one you don't want to be taking either. And right now, the NQ is in space. It's still seeking support. These are now, by the way, these are the sharks in the tank. All this is happening because the sharks are in the tank. And so they're seeking a spot of support to rotate from. We really need this to come down here because it has not pierced anything yet. I would like this to come here at the same time that this comes to this red line. Because until this finds support, this one's going to just linger. Let's just play it out and see how it goes for a second here. Long, Dave, long. The sharks are pulling price back and cleaning out the stops to go long. Okay. So they're still seeking a rotation. All right. This is good. This is good. So right now the ES is now we're out of sequence because the ES is stuck. It's below our red line. So I've got to, we got to kind of, got to be cautious here because this is not looking too cooperative right now. All right, now this is an inside candle here. This is an inside candle. It's going down. So if we go back, and this is underneath the red line here. I don't like this at all. God dang it. There it goes. So we had an inside candle that came out the top. I didn't like it because of this, but there it goes. So the point to watch, regardless if this trade works or not, this is a perfect example of when I say you need to find when the sharks enter the tank. All this BS is going on here. And then out of the blue, for no reason that anybody can understand, price starts moving in one direction or another. And it's seeking support. Here it was the 5-minute red line. And here it's the top of the box and the 5-minute red line. I don't like the trade because, hold on. I didn't like the trade because these candles right here, this is very important. So I'm not going to circle it. Hold on here. Because I want to show you these candles right here that came and touched this red line were below the bottom of the box, the bottom of the top of the box, which means this is going to be resistance. So we're stuck. When I use the term stuck, it means that one, i.e. this one, is showing us long and this one is stuck underneath resistance. And that's why this did not just go. I wanted this. So when this was coming down, I wanted this, the NQ. I wanted it to stop here at this line. These two just happen to coincide. And if that had stopped at this line, instead of going completely underneath it, which this candle is completely underneath, I'm telling you right now, this would have just shot right up. So now we're stuck, which kind of sucks. But it kept me out of a losing trade. It may cross the box. I don't know. I'll be right back. I personally think it's going to go long because so let me tell you why I think it's going to go long, regardless of what happens right here. I personally think we're going long. And the reason I say that is because we moved so far down. The overall market may still go down, but there should be a pullback at least up into this area before they slam it down. Because they can only move it one direction so long unless there's news. They can only move it one direction so long, and then they got to move it back. And so there you go. Now this is a W pattern right here. This is a W pattern. So if you're in this long off this second attempt, you want it to break this line right here, which is what it just did. This is a beautiful W. Did anybody take this W? So it broke that line right there. So what you're going to want now is price to continue to rotate. Now you should have your stop at even, and price should continue to rotate up, and then it'll sit. This 9 EMA will hook, and price should sit on top of that 9 and then continue to rotate up. And so, I mean, I said it here. I thought they were going to go long because, again, we had too big of a move down. So there's, it runs out of energy going one direction or another, and they're seeking support. And once they find support, then they'll reverse it. How far they're going to reverse it, that's the question. Pattern-wise, this should go at least back up to here, because this is where the leg really started. Then to up, then to down. And now that you broke this pivot right here, this 9 should start becoming support to push price back up. And that's when you can start following pivots on rotations with your stop loss to your target, instead of having to follow the back of the candles. Come on. So NQ did the same thing. It broke that pivot. Very, very ugly W here. Hit its 5-minute gold line, which is a spot of resistance, and then it should start rotating back up. This is really ugly, by the way. I mean, this is really ugly. See how it broke this pivot right here, and then it came and tested this. Remember I talked about the hook, the same hook. This line will hook, and that becomes your support. It's no longer resistance. See how it was resistance through here? Then when it gets on top, it becomes support, and it should push you through to your target. And your target, for example, on this one should be right about here. Your target on this one is hopefully right up in here. And now that this pivot right here was created, then you have your stop below that pivot, and you just keep waiting for the rotations, hoping for a rotation long. And this, for example, is Friday trading. It can be very cumbersome, but the pattern's there. This is the pattern. The key on that W is that we broke this pivot right here when we went up. That was the key. Broke that pivot right there on the way up. And once you do that, then you just got to go, okay. Let me just look for my target, and then put my stop behind the pivots. Boy, woof, painful. Absolutely painful. Yep. Absolutely painful. I mean, this is painful. So let me look over here. So this one broke. See this? Okay, hold on here. I want to point this out. Damn it, before it runs away and everybody says, oh, he already's telling you after the fact. I'm not telling you after the fact. See this candle right here? Oh my God. So see this candle right here? See the top of it? It went higher than this one. So that's a sign that they're trying to take it long. Am I making sense? This candle, after the rotation down, rotated up. It went higher than this one here, which was the pullback candle. You see that? So they're trying to take it long. And if this one rotates up, then your new pivot is right here. It's so subtle you can hardly see it. But this candle is, see, I'm at the top of that candle. It's higher than this one. That was the pullback. And so the rotation is still long. It's just painful. As soon as this rotates past this candle here, then you have put your stop here. And again, you still should be looking for your target to the long side. And that's why I tell people sometimes when people say, well, what's your target? I have an initial target when I'm after I get, starting to look. But how we travel to that target will help change my mind. If we run like crazy, I let my target take it out. If we walk our way there, sometimes I'll let my target actually go up. Look at that. And then see, you're out. You're just out. It's just not doing anything. I don't. So see this? This is probably some more news shit right here. Because that rotation made no sense. And that's where I get frustrated, because you'll be in the middle of a pattern and then something will be said. Oh, they dropped a bomb on Tehran today. Okay, there goes the market. Anyways, that's how, the chop is real. But that's how you're supposed to manage, say, a W pattern, is once it gets through that pivot to your left, you let that 9 EMA push you long. And then you use the pivots off the 9 as your stops. Yeah, no problem, certified market gambler. I'm probably going to call it a day here soon, because this shit's just not moving. You mean like this? Yeah. Just like that? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. This literally just trades your ATM. Whatever your ATM is here, just so it literally feeds right off of Ninja. So whatever you change your chart to, that it's now doing that. Same thing with, I change my ATM. Like if I'm looking at gold, I go to my gold ATM, and that's what it trades. It immediately just trades. Even if I've got the NQ chart up here, it'll trade the gold status instead of NQ until I tell it for the NQ. Good job. $561. Hell, you got me by probably $65. Gold line trade that happened in the ES today. Yeah, give me a second here. Hold on here. God, this thing's going to go long. So they came and retested the box. This thing's going to go long. It is. It's going to go long. Let me blow this up. So if you had no, just forget the box. If all you're doing is the 1 minute gold line, it's right there. Right there. You came, you're below the gold line right here. That's your reset. You crossed it, created a new high, right into it, inside candle, boom, that's your trade. And you're done, Gil. You're done. You're done. That's it. That's your 1 minute gold line trade. This is not it here because you haven't reset. So there's your reset right there. If you're following me, there's your reset right there. Because it's below your gold line. Then you crossed over, created a high, sat on top of that gold line. You even had an inside candle, which helped you. And then boom. There you go. That's your trade. Now, I mean, and that thing printed some really good freaking money. Printed some really good money. Let's see if it ever reset again. No, it hasn't reset yet. Okay, so it has not reset again. Yeah, it has not reset again. But you can see how it bounces off the 9. You know, it respects it pretty good. ES does. But I do think the market's spending a lot of time sitting around waiting for war news. I really do. I think that the traders are nervous because you can get into a trade and get slapped in the head. We really just need the war to end so we can start trading. Or otherwise, the month of May is going to go by, and I'm going to have to say F it because I'm not donating money to the market in July and August. I'm just not doing it. Good job, Crude. Yeah, and the number of contracts also, yeah. Yeah, it is. But see, again, now I'm gonna just be picky here. When we have static lines close to each other, I prefer that we clear out both of them, not just one of them. That's just my opinion. That's why I prefer my static lines apart. By the way, that the prior day high gave you a nice little return right there. I wasn't even looking at that. The prior day high gave you a nice little return, as it should. I mean, the prior day high should give you some good money. And then, of course, this prior day close, you're taking it right into the bottom of the prior day high. So you got no money to make because it should hit there and get punched right down. But I do think the market is sitting around waiting for war news. And this is my proof right here. I think they're just sitting around waiting for war news. I mean, who knows? I mean, I don't have the news on, so I don't know if Trump's talking at freaking 11 or something. I mean, you just never know. And all of a sudden the market goes to sleep, waiting to hear something. Anyways, it's Friday. It is May 1st. Happy May Day. May Day, May Day, May Day. Happy May Day. Anyways, I'm going to shut down so I got a lot of stuff to do today. And I think the market's just going to be dormant until at least this afternoon. Maybe this afternoon it'll wake up a little because it's not sitting around waiting for war news. I don't know. You never know. But anyways, everybody have a good day. I'm going to take my $500 and leave. I will see you guys Monday. All right? Bye.